Finally got my new Vogue patterns. It is literally one pattern piece cut on the fold, only a couple seams total. This is one that you want to make in a soft drapey fabric, and it needs to be about 3 yards worth of fabric. I bought 3 yards of this fabric, but now that I'm laying it out, I'm seeing that I don't quite have 3 yards and it's not fitting. So let me just hold this up so you can see what it looks like. This is cut on the cross grain. So if you buy a patterned fabric, let's say it has flowers going up, when you wear it, the flowers are going to go side to side on your body. So you need to think about that when you're buying the fabric for this, but look at how gorgeous this is. I have another fabric I'm also going to try it in. They're sort of glammy looking, but I think they're pretty and I think I'll wear it a lot. This one is a knit, but it doesn't have to be a knit. This could be made in a knit or a crepe, or something soft like that, a challis. So this is the fabric, and then let me show you the pattern piece. This is it, one big pattern piece. I'm gonna flip it over. So here's the neck, and this is the arm. Your hand comes out over here. And on this side, this is actually cut on the fold here. Isn't that something? And then the arm comes out over here in this seam on this side. So it covers the shoulder on one side and the entire arm on the other. Sorry, I'm putting that pattern over the mic. Super easy. Because I didn't get quite enough fabric, I'm gonna finagle a little bit. The slight alteration that I had to do, it will change it slightly, but I don't think it's going to be very noticeable at all because of how drapey this is. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this cut out. Literally, and again, I'm sewing with a knit, so I don't even have to serge this, and I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to just do stitched, pressed open seams and turned up hems, and I think this will take like an hour total to cut and sew. So excited. So we're doing Vogue 1665, View A. This pattern does come with the skirt and the pants, and they're a nice slim, almost stovepipe pant and almost a pencil skirt. Took me a little bit of reading it, that they both have zippers in them, so you can make these interwoven if you want to. This is how it looks laid out. It's on the fold over there, and I don't know how well you can see, but right here I have a tiny little fold out of the fabric, just to make sure that it fits, the point fits on down at this end over here, because I'm missing about 1/8 of a yard. 4 to 5 inches total is what I'm missing on one end. If I had that, it would have fit perfectly. Somehow it's just a teensy tiny bit too short. Look at this fabric that I have left over. So I can easily get, I don't know, I'm thinking it might make just a nice scarf, because this is just gorgeous fabric. We're going to unwrap this pattern. And it only has a few spots on it that we need to pay attention to. Patterns always have their little markings to let us know where to start and stop. So on this one, here's my folded edge. This right here is your opening for your arm. This is your little sleeve opening. This is the seam. So I just need to mark where to sew and where not to sew. And because this is asymmetrical and unusual, it's not real intuitive. Like usually you can look and say, oh, well, that's the shoulder, I'm gonna show the shoulder. This one is a little uncertain where the shoulder is. So I'm gonna transfer my markings and just sit down and stitch them together really quickly. So the first one that I'm going to transfer is up here at this shoulder. This is going to be this arm. Now because this is the same front and back, you could wear this draped off the right or draped off the left. Like it doesn't matter, it's the same front and back. You can flip it around if you want to. If you like the cute top I'm wearing, this was a couple videos back, and I'll make sure and put a link in the iCard. I think I'm pointing to the right direction. The thing with knits is because they don't fray, you could, like this, I technically could leave this unhemmed if I wanted to. And what that would do is it would just give a softer draped edge. If you fold it up, it makes it a little stiffer along the edge. It's not going to flow as nice. And it's perfectly acceptable on something like this. You can do that. You can leave it unhemmed. I know. It seems like heresy, but it's not. This is the neck opening. So I'm going to go ahead and pin this one shoulder. It kind of helps me keep my bearings on this. If I get one long shoulder, top of the sleeve pinned, and sewn. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this long to the point. All right, let's sew this real quick. I have both shoulders sewn, and I'm going to just show, this is this shoulder, and this is the little opening for the sleeve. Isn't that interesting? So here's my neck, my arm will come out over here, and then here's the other one. So all that's left on this is one little seam on the long curvy side, and it's from here to here. So I have one little seam left, and then it's just turning under the neckline and the hems, and I'm done. So sewing wise, definitely less than an hour. So I'm just going to mark, I'll start to fold this up. Let me mark where I need to sew. And the reason what this is, okay, so here's my shoulder. Here's my opening for my hand to come out, and then I'm going to sew a little piece here. It's sort of like a side seam. It's a capey thing. It's really cool. All of that is done. So now I'm going to go wherever my little openings are, and I'm just going to turn them back and top stitch them so that I have my neck opening finished and my sleeve, my little wrist area finished. Now this does not have you sew all the way to the end. It actually has you stop a little early so it folds down better, which is smart thinking. So make sure when you're sewing this, sorry for all the crinkle noises, on your pattern, here's the neckline. There's these little triangles. That's where you stop sewing. So you stop a little early, and it makes this fold under better for your finished neckline. It makes it not want to flip up. All right, I'm going to show you how it looks pinned before I stitch it, just so you can kind of see. Here's the neckline on the inside. Ready to go. I'm going to start at one shoulder. There's no front or back on this, so I'm not worrying about putting a tag in like I did on this so I can tell my front from my back, because there's no difference. Just throw it on. Wear it if you want, off the shoulder to the left or off the shoulder to the right. Same difference. So I'm just going to throw this underneath the sheen and do a 1/2 inch hem in my neckline. Now I'm going to come down to the arm opening, where my hand comes through, the sleeve opening, where it's on the fold, that side, and I'm just folding over and opening up the seam like this, and we're just going to top stitch around that too. Now when I top stitch, I actually do stitch with the right side out. So when I pin this, I'm going to pin it on that side, because that's the side that I need to take my pins off of. This one's really easy because you just open up your 5/8 inch and it just rolls right over. And then I'm going to go ahead and pin the other side, and then make a decision. I don't know if I want to put a hem in the bottom of this. It just drapes so pretty. My pointy side. Here's my pointy side. And, oh, no, same thing. There's my seam. It just opens up, and I will have both sleeves hemmed. And then I'm going to do a quick try on and decide if I want to hem the bottom. Here's the shirt finished, which is super cute, and I like it. I think it's a little tight. It doesn't drape like on the picture. It's totally wearable, and I will wear it just like this. So this is how it looks. You can flip it and wear it either way, so the angle can go to the right or to the left. I will show you, because of how tight it is. This is sort of an issue I have anyway, because I'm long-waisted, and I usually lengthen things. No big issue, but I want to play with the pattern. So I'm going to slash and spread, do some changes. I have another fabric that I bought on a whim. Look at this shiny, I hope the shine shows up. It's this sparkly blue. So I'm going to cut that out, show you how I'm going to do that. Do some playing with the pattern. I'm going to change it up just a tiny bit. Add some fullness. I cut this on a size 20, and it's fine, but it doesn't hang. In the picture, it drapes. It doesn't touch. There's room in the hips. There isn't room in my hips for me. So I am going to change that, and then I'll show you how that one fits. Okay, we're going to do super fast pattern alteration on this. We're just going to play with it. What I've done is I've extended the center back line down. So I'm going to slash on that line. This has 5/8 inch seam allowance, so I'm not going to slash through the seam allowance at the top. I'm going to put a piece of tape up here to make it stronger for my hinge, and we're just going to cut. And what I'm doing is I'm increasing the curve at the bottom. It's giving me more fullness, because the way this is made, you only have from the fold, which I'm getting rid of, I'm going to have a seam there now, but from that fold to the hinge where the sleeve starts is how open it is, and it's just not wide enough. But look at how I can swing this open and add in here. I can add a lot of inches. And when you think, if I add 4 inches to the front, I'm also adding 4 inches to the back. I've just increased this by 8 inches. So I'm gonna swing a little bit, figure this out. I'm gonna also redraw the line at the bottom to make it nice and smooth, and then I'm gonna cut it out. I am losing the fold that is under the arm on one side. I'm gonna have to have a seam there. There's just no way to get it on this fabric piece that I have. That's just the way it is. But I'm playing anyway. I'm no longer exactly following the pattern. I'm dinking with it, which I love to do. A pattern is a starting place for me. It's not necessarily exactly what I'm going to end up with. So see how I can swing this a lot? Look at how much I can open that up. And if I'm not worried about cutting this edge on the fold, if I can put a little tiny seam in this, and I can add a whole lot. And we're gonna try it. Number 2 in this sparkle blue. All right. I've added 6 inches to my pattern, which means 12 inches total. I've laid it out just so I can get it on the fabric. So this is my folded edge, and you can see the straight of grain goes this direction, so it's kind of biased, but not quite, but close. It fits, and that's all that I'm worried about. The thing I know is I could get this on a piece of fabric with the fold if I had a little over 3 yards, and I have a little under 3 yards, so it's just not going to fit that way. Next time, if I love it and I want to make it again, I'll order 3.5 yards and know that I can get this even altered on that piece of fabric. So I'm going to cut it out, put it together, and we'll compare this one to the original one. I love the original fabric. I'm really sad I didn't do this alteration for it. I may order it and make it again. I don't know. I love that fabric so much. I don't love this fabric nearly as much, but the fit may be better. We'll see. Here's the blue one finished. I added a lot. You can see it definitely hangs and drapes just fine. It's plenty full. Still, get a little side. That's just the nature of the pattern, and that's fine. So this is it. It actually fits the dress form really well. She's like size 8. Fits her great. Super cute. Here it is in the other. I will wear both of them. The fit is just different. On this one, I will say it's almost more slimming in the one that's a little more fitted, but they're both comfy, cute, and I definitely can see wearing it.